Oh, hey, you're here. Hello. So, how are you doing, fellow engineers? I hope you're doing fine. As you can see, the new crane is over there looking at us. It's pretty scary, but let's ignore it and let's start this episode talking about the new update. One of the famous things about this update, of course, is the new planet, the wheels, and the footprints, as well as the tracks on the sand. And it's quite a cool thing, but let's talk also about other stuff that maybe it's not that hyped by Keen, but it's pretty cool. So let's walk away from here, and I'm gonna show you one thing that I'm happy about because I've noticed this problem. Here you can see there is a dispenser, and uh, it's not an LCD, but that part of the LCD, the dispenser was not visible when you are close, and now it's fixed. So to celebrate, just get another coffee, and I'm gonna drink it before going out. So one of the blocks that I thought about when I saw it was the one that is supposed to go here. It's this one, not this one, not this one, not, yeah, that. Now rotate it, place it, weld it. All right, you see, it's perfect. That's what it's supposed to be there. So yeah, let's go outside and let's see this crane. There are a lot of things yet to be done. For example, here it needs a little bit of greebling because this camera with spotlight not convincing me. Also over here I will place some sort of a tool belt where I can switch the heads of this crane, for example, in order to have a grinder as well as landing gears to move around stuff, manipulate stuff. That's something that I might need, or maybe not, but it's cool, so let's do that. Well, the very first thing I should do is to finish this part, because right behind this conveyor junction there's nothing. It's connected to nothing, so it cannot draw components when trying to weld. So I will place it. So while adding greebling to this welder head, I will continue talking about the new blocks. You may have noticed, or you may not, but there are new 9 types of armor blocks. One of these is this triangular shaped or pyramidal shaped block that have a square base, and as you've seen before, it's used in cases where you need sloped edges, and of course it also keep everything sealed. But also, as you can see here, I'm placing other blocks that are pretty interesting. I can't wait to try them on my builds that I have in creative mode. So we will have to wait to use them over there, but at least I want to show you what we have. You see quite a number of them, and I think I haven't yet placed all of them here. But just to get an idea, you have quite a number of new blocks that will give you much more freedom to build new shapes and make your ships, rovers, bases, everything look better. So one of the things I tried to do in this during this week was to add some detailing or greebling on the welder heads I built, so that it will look cooler, hopefully. Somehow it reminds me of Scorpion. Anyways, as you will see, I will change this set again, and I will probably continue doing until I'm satisfied with it. I also encountered a problem with this conveyor line. They used to get stuck because it's kind of tight place to fold them. So using this load armor block, it allowed me to sort of mitigate the problem, or probably to solve it, because I'm moving it now without any problem. And also another thing that I modified was the strength of the ends of this conveyor line, especially the beginning, this one. I had to increase the strength to like 2 million newtons, and also the other end with a slightly lower force, but to keep that in a 90 degrees, that help the conveyor line to fold and unfold without getting stuck. So after finally doing those changes on the crane and the welding arm, here finally I can test how fast, how well it does its job. And I'm quite satisfied. I need to test it on other stuff too. The only thing you will see at the end is that using small grid blocks makes the head easier to be destroyed. It's less strong. So I will need to be careful, I guess. And in the meantime, let's see this arm welding. I love it. It's kind of hypnotizing me. So let's keep looking at it. One of the reasons why you keep seeing me switching from the carpet suit to the red one is because of that. I fall and kill myself quite often. Here I'm in a weird pose, already dead, and my butt is stuck on the floor while the rest of the body is moving away. Ugh, scary. Let's move away. So this is the second head I made. It's a grinder. It's very similar to the other one. Actually, I wanted to make it identical, but it ended up being slightly different. Still, we'll probably need some iterations to make it look better. Let's now color it with the right colors. So while coloring this crane, I'm telling you that probably during the next episode I will be out with my rover extracting some materials that I will need for the large grid ship, as I'm getting tired of being always inside this base. And another thing I'm planning to do in the future is to build sort of a mini satellite to have like a tactical overview of this planet, so that I can plan where to go mining and doing anything I would need on this planet. Okay, so here I finally finished coloring the arm, and I think it looks pretty cool. I like this combination of red and gray, dark gray color. Oh yeah, also when I was putting the lights in this head, I realized that there is another block that I can use, that is this offset spotlight. Yeah, this is one of the blocks that is part of the DLC, as far as I can remember. It's smaller and it's pretty cool. I know it's made for cars, but why not use it on this welding arm? So let's find a spot for it, using this half slope block, if I can orient it the right way, and see how it looks. 1 and 2, and then the spotlight right in front. Boom. Let's weld it. Alright. Neat. the Scorpion car. I mean, the Scorpion welding grinding head and detailing. I think using small grid for the head allows me to have this freedom of adding some details, some accessories, and as you can see, also another block that was really helpful in the end. And this is the block that I was talking about. As you can see, I'm using it to lock onto the tool belt, and it works pretty well, much better than the landing gears that I've used before. Also, I'm using Marmole's features to memorize the positions of each arm heads so that I can quickly switch between them. The script doesn't move too fast welding arm, but still it's enough to make my life a little bit easier when switching from one head to another. Here you can see it in action. I'm taking the grinder and then switching to the default position. Hi there. Why are you looking at me? Oh, because I'm cool. Yeah, I know. Then I realized something. While trying to lock on this fallen head, I realized that the robotic arm is too short. So what I did is this, adding another piece, ton. And as you can see, the second piston is almost at the same position. Thanks to the reduced collision shapes, it's now possible to do this. So after that, I just added again the hinges for the up and down, left and right movement, the rotor for the orientation. Then I had to adapt the script to this new configuration, and I'm done. Testing out the arm, left and right, up and down, forward movement. Let's look down. Almost perfect. And here I am. I have already placed all the heads, memorized the position thanks to the Marmole's script, testing out if I can move and unlock the heads, and everything seems to be fine. So I think now we can move on to something else. Most likely in the next week I will go out with the rover and try to mine some ores and bring them back because I will need for the large grid ship. Plus, if I have time, I will also build a kind of a satellite. I want to have this overview of the planet, some strategic view to plan for the routes of the rover because I will probably need more than one trip back and forth. And that's it for this episode. I know it takes time to make builds complex as this robotic arm, but I'm pretty sure it's well worth the time spent on it. If you liked the episode, don't forget to like it and eventually subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.